Hello friends and welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes with me, Intuitive Rene. We are doing the week of the 20th to the 26th of November 2023. Crazy to think that we're almost at the end of November. Time is just going too quickly. So we are using these two amazing decks this week. I have the Signs of the Times Oracle by Crystal Banner, and we have the Wiser Tarot, which is a new addition in my collection. I love the colors. I love the bright, bold colors. The fact that there is so much purple in this deck. So many things that I love about it. I love this kind of watercolor paint effect. It really is just a beautiful deck, and I hope you can enjoy it with me. So friends, TarotScopes, I'm going to record 12 individual readings for each sign of the zodiac, starting with Aries and moving all the way through to Pisces, covering each one. Everybody gets exactly the same reading, but obviously different cards will come up. The format remains the same for each of the signs, and you don't have to sit through all of the signs to get to your one. If you are, for example, Aquarius, which is towards the end of the zodiac, you don't want to have to sit and go through everybody. So I have created timestamps for you down below to help you navigate to the portion of the video that is relevant and appropriate for you. So if you open up the timestamps down below, the description or the time bar here, you will see that you will see Aquarius there. I'm using Aquarius as an example, and all you have to do is just click the link and it'll take you straight to that portion of the video. This is something that I do each week. I generally tend to release at 8 a.m. on a Sunday. The members, those that are members of my YouTube channel, paid monthly subscription, they get access as soon as the video is live on a Saturday. So they get to watch it ahead of time for, because it's just a perk of being a member and supporting me and my work. But if you would like to support me and my work, you can do so by hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, giving the video a thumbs up and a comment below. Doing little things like that really help the channel to grow, help me to stay, to keep me coming back, bringing you more awesome content. So we're going to start with Aries, friends. Let's get straight into the reading. I look forward to see what the week ahead has in store for all of us. So Aries, welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. So as always, we start with the Oracle deck first. Let's give it just a single shuffle. I did shuffle quite extensively before starting. Giving it a single shuffle, let's cut the deck. Take a single card for Aries. What is the theme for the week ahead, Aries? And for us, we have the skull and endings. Oh, I love it. And I love how this particular skull is a plant. It's like giving life to death, because the plant is about life. It's about oxygen. It's about all of those kind of things. And obviously the skull is referencing the endings or the death. This is quite interesting. We also have a calendar system. We have an open head and hollow open head. We have, I feel like these two crystal bookends, to me they look like crystal bookends, and they look like almost the map of the earth. So quite interesting. Right, I'm going to leave that card over there while I shuffle the tarot, and let's chat about it. So, so we know that a skull represents death, right? We know that a skull represents something no longer living, something no longer alive, but only in the physical form, because the skull is what represents the physical, but we still have life existing, or energy existing beyond the earthly physical realm. But that skull, even though the soul has departed, even though the soul is not there anymore, that skull remains. The bones remain as a memory, as a sign of what has been. And yeah, that skull is a testament to the earth experience and what happened on earth, but the soul has clearly departed. Sometimes in life we have to let go. Sometimes in life we have to move on. I'm using air quotes. Sometimes in life we have to realize that it's like when you change jobs. It's the death of one job for the birth of a new job. And sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes it's not a good thing, but all of the time it is part of your journey. It's part of your experience. It's part of the life that you're having. So Aries, let's see what is ending for all of us this week. Let's lay out some tarot. We have the Knight of Swords. Oh, I'm loving all these colors. We have the Lovers, and we have, oh, look at that, another Swords card. We have the Five of Swords. Oh, this is interesting. All right, let's just space them out so that it's all nice and clear on screen. All right, so Aries, let's start off with the Knight of Swords. So here you can see the Knight is on the horse, and they are charging ahead. He is charging ahead. He's not stopping for nobody, okay? You can see with that, with the trees in the background here, that they are going into the wind. So they're going into the chaos. And that knight he's not afraid. He's completely fearless. And he's just, I can almost hear him going, charge, as he's running into it. But what it is he's got a strategy. He's got a plan. He knows exactly what he's getting himself into. He knows what it's all about. But one thing that we have to say about the Knight of Swords is the speed at which it's happening. So whatever is ending in your life, whatever needs to transition, whatever needs to come to an end, it's happening quite quickly, Aries, okay? It's definitely going to happen quite quickly this week. We must not hold on to that. We must not be so tight in holding on to, something because I've had this job for 20 years, and I'm just using career as an example here, okay? But because I've had this job for 20 years, I need to hold on to it. No, you've had it for 20 years. Maybe it served its purpose. Maybe it's got nothing left to teach you. Maybe you're not serving it any purpose either. So walking away or stepping out of that is definitely going to be a benefit to everyone. Okay, so whatever it is that is ending for us this week, Aries, it's going to happen quite quickly. So you're not going to have too much time to ponder, to think, to strategize. It's going to be quite quick and quite sudden. The Lovers card is an interesting one. So we have masculine and feminine. We have angelic being sort of giving them love, giving them support, giving them positive energy. Behind the masculine, we have a tree that is full of flame. Behind the feminine, we have a tree, and a fruit tree with the serpent that is climbing up. We also have this volcano in the background center, which almost looks like it's starting to erupt. Now, the interesting thing about the Lovers card, everybody jumps to the word lovers, okay, as the interpretation. But the Lovers card is more about choice. And it's more about the consequences of choice. Because let's talk about the tree, for example, right? In the story of Adam and Eve, right at the beginning in the Christian Bible, the story of Adam and Eve was that they were told, what they could and couldn't do. They were given choices, and there was a decision made, and it turned out to be a decision that gave them all sorts of things that they didn't have before, which has put us into the predicament or the circumstance that we find ourselves in today. So the consequence of the choice of eating the apple has resulted in the world as it is today. A simple choice can have massive, massive outcomes. And when a volcano is about to erupt, you have a choice. Are you going to stand there and watch and potentially get burned, or are you going to step away? There's always choice. And this is the thing that you have to understand. So even though some things are coming to an end for you this week, Aries, and it's happening quite quickly, you have choice. Are you going to stay and suffer, or are you going to move on quickly? All right, let's look at this last one, because I think this last card is going to put it all into perspective. So here we have the Five of Swords. There are three people in this card. We've got the gentleman front and center, we've got the tiny little gentleman in the far back, and then we've got this other guy. Now, if I look at this little guy down the back there, he looks like he's quite emotional. All right. Then if we look at this guy, he's got his jacket sort of thrown over his shoulder. He's sort of like casually walking by. So we've got very different emotions. And then if we look at this guy in the front, he looks quite proud of himself. He looks quite confident, like he's like, look at what I've done. So, and these two swords that are lying on the ground probably are belonging to each of these two people. And what's happened is the gentleman here in front has found a way of stepping up to the plate and taking something that maybe he wasn't able to take before. So the situation probably is as such that these two people were maybe, I'm going to call them bullies, okay? I'm going to call them bullies. And they've always bullied this gentleman. And now he's in a point where he's like, I'm not taking it anymore. And he's found a way of fighting back. He's found a way of giving back what he's always taken from them, what they've always dished out to him. So yes, he is victorious. He has succeeded. But in order for him to succeed, in order for him to be victorious, he's had to push some people aside. He's had to step on some toes. He's had to be a little bit more assertive than maybe he would normally be. And yeah, maybe that's not a bad thing. So Aries, let's put it all into context. So we've got a theme of endings. We've got speed, we've got consequence of choice, and we've got stepping up and not letting people push us around any longer. So if you're able to do this, to understand the consequences of your actions, and if you're able to do things quite quickly, you're definitely shifting energies and making yourself into a, or putting yourself, allowing yourself to become a better, stronger, happier version of yourself, because that's exactly what that endings and the skull is saying. It's about elevation. It's about leaving the past behind and moving forward with confidence. So this is going to be a week to face something that has been bugging you for quite some time, Aries, understanding the consequence of how you handle that, being quite quick and swift in your reactions, and knowing that change is inevitable. I'm leaving it there, Aries. Much love and many blessings from my heart to yours, and until we connect again, take care, Aries. Taurus, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what the week ahead has in store for you. So Taurus, as always, we start off shuffling our oracle deck, just giving it a single shuffle. And let's cut the deck and see what is the theme for the week ahead for all Taurus energies. So Taurus, the theme for your week ahead is the flamingo. Oh, I love that. These little garden flamingos are just the cutest. And it's got a little keyword of fun. Oh, I like that, Taurus. So you're in for a week of fun. You know what? Like, if you imagine a garden with these flamingos in it, immediately you get, like, the image in my head is a swimming pool, some beach balls, some floating, fun things in the water, garden chairs, picnic food, happiness, laughter, sunshine, all of that. Doesn't that just sound absolutely perfect? So Taurus, for you this week, the focus is going to be around, finding out what is fun for you, what brings fun and happiness and joy into your life, and where are you going to get it from, and what does it actually look like. So cards are shuffled, tarot is shuffled. Let's see what aspect of your life needs fun, or what aspect of your life is going to be fun this week. So Taurus, the first card we have is the Seven of Cups. The second card we have is the Ace of Cups. Oh, I like where this is going. And the third card we have, Taurus, you are my second Zodiac, and this card's already been out. It came out in this exact position for Aries, so there's clearly an energy that is lingering for everybody so far. All right, let's have a look. I don't think I told you what that card was. It's the Five of Swords, before I forget. Okay, let's start over here. So the first card we have is the Seven of Cups. So Seven of Cups is such a beautiful card because it's the card of choices and options. So here we have you standing, and you're sort of, each of these cups, as you can see, contain something different. Some of them contain something really yucky like a snake. Some contain ghosts. There's a winner's victory wreath. There's a dragon. There's a castle. There's some fruit and jewelry and happiness and gems. And then there's a person. So there's like a little bit of something for everybody in there, isn't there? So what we have with the Seven of Cups, Taurus, is basically saying to you that you have many options. Remember, your theme is flamingo, your theme is fun. Your theme is about simplifying, having fun, bringing a little bit of balance into your life, because maybe there hasn't been much balance. But with the Seven of Cups, it's basically saying to you, Taurus, that the problem that we have is that there are too many choices. Too many choices and too many options, which can cause complete and utter overwhelm. All right. Looking at the next card that we have is the Ace of Cups. And Ace of Cups is about a new emotion, okay? A new connection, a new emotion, new love coming forward for you. Now, when I look at these two together, I'm going to go that this Ace of Cups is saying that there's your choice. Your choice is always people, all right? Person, somebody else. Now, Taurus, the situation is fun is the order of the day, the order of the week. There are choices and options as to what fun looks like for you, what you could do, what it should look like, what appeals to you, what you fancy, what you haven't tried before, what you have tried before. I mean, it gets quite overwhelming with all the different things. Or maybe your situation is one where you actually don't know what fun is anymore, where life has become quite serious, that you've actually forgotten what it means to have fun. So Ace of Cups is saying to you, there's a new person, a new energy, a new connection coming into your life that's maybe going to bring the element of fun. So we're not saying that this new connection is a love interest, because it may be if you're single and available and looking, but for most of you, it's going to just be somebody new that you haven't had fun with before that's going to come through and say, you know what, come, let's do this. Let's do this. The challenge is, though, Taurus, is this Five of Swords. Because Five of Swords is not such a happy, fabulous, wonderful card. Five of Swords, well, it is. Let me correct myself for a second. It is, but it isn't. Because the Five of Swords is the card of standing up for yourself and taking your power back, taking your strength back. So the situation of this card, if you imagine, this is you standing in the front here. There are two other people that are in the distance. You are looking at them with a little bit of a smoke on your face, okay? I know it's difficult to see, but he's got a bit of a smoke on his face. Actually, let me show you. Let me show you the bit of a, can you see there? Little bit of an upturned smile and a bit of a smirk. When do we smoke? We smoke when we have done something that has caught people unawares, that have caught people by surprise. So basically the situation is these two people were probably always pushing him around. And you know, just treating him badly. And today he stood up for himself and he's actually told them no. He's told them no, no more. And they're like, oh, wait, hold a second, what's going on here? And they've walked off. So basically, what this is saying to you, Taurus, that this week, this is supposed to be a week of fun. You have choices, you have a new energy, a new person coming through that's going to help you to have some fun. But in order for you to do this, in order for this person to actually help you to have fun, you're going to have to say no to others. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that, Taurus. You're going to have to say no to people. You know what? Maybe your fun, maybe your social, maybe your fun interactions, maybe you've been hanging out with people or only having fun with a certain group of people, and it's your familiar, it's your comfortable, it's the thing that you're most used to. But also fun isn't fun anymore. So this is Spirit saying to you, you know, if a new opportunity comes around, it might be a little bit daunting, it might be a little bit overwhelming, but because the theme for the week is fun, you're going to say no to the people who maybe are not so much fun anymore, and actually go with the person who really is fun, to try something new. And that's what I'm getting here. This is a week, Taurus, to try something new, to step out of your comfort zone, even if it means saying no to people who you are so used to being around and spending time with. But in the name of fun, it's what you have to do. You have choices, you have options. You can always hang out with them on another day. But for this week, your focus is on trying something new that is going to bring fun and excitement into your life. I'm going to leave it right there, Taurus. Much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome, Gemini. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. So giving our oracle a shuffle, and we are looking to see what the theme of the week ahead is for you. Just a single shuffle, cutting the deck, and let's grab a card. All right, so Gemini, what is the theme of the week ahead for you? We have got bees and community. So this is obviously a coffee cup. This is not a bee, but on the coffee cup is a bee. And it says, just be coffee. So that is the brand, Just Be Coffee. But you know what? What I see by this coffee cup is the community, is the connectivity, is the community. Because generally, if we're having one of these kind of coffees, we're generally having it with a friend. We're having it with somebody, you know, even if you're alone in a coffee shop, having a coffee, there is still that connectiveness. There is still that community with everybody else that's having a coffee. So let's see from the tarot what this means. So for you, for the week ahead, the theme is community. All right, and bees are very non-judgmental. They work together. They help each other out. They're very much all working towards the same goal, the same cause, the same purpose. And everybody knows what their point or their function is. Everybody knows what they do, and everybody understands that without each other, they couldn't actually perform and do the things that they need to do. So bees community is basically saying to you, Gemini, that this is going to be a week of working with others, connecting with others, and understanding the bigger picture of what everybody does and what everybody brings to the table. Let's see what the tarot wants to add. So the first card we have is the Ten of Pentacles, which is such a beautiful card for community. We also have the King of Wands. Oh, this is interesting. And the third card that we have is the Three of Wands. All right. So, Gemini, the first thing that I want to say to you is you are the leader this week. All right. I say that because of these two cards. Okay. So we've got community. So, and I was talking about these bees that come together and work together, all for a common goal, all for a common purpose, to take care of their queen, to take care of one individual, and to keep the community going with, population and food and protection and etc etc etc. The first tarot card we have is the Ten of Pentacles, which is what I refer to as the card of legacy. And here we have, I know it's a very busy card and sometimes it can be difficult to see, but there is an older gentleman, grey-haired gentleman sitting over there. We have got a couple standing over there. There is a child over there holding on to the mom's skirt, and we've got two puppy dogs. I mean, it's like the perfect picture of a happy family, isn't it? Everybody being together, 3 generations plus the pets, and it is the card of legacy. It is the card of understanding that the things that you do today will affect your grandchildren in the future. And it's about understanding the community. It's understanding the bigger picture. But you've also got the King of Wands, Gemini, and the King of Wands is the card of control and dominance, if I can use those really powerful aggressive words. Control and dominance. And that's why I said to you, Gemini, that you're the leader this week. Because not only are you paying attention to the things that you do and how it impacts on everybody else, but you're also the one making the big decisions. You're also the one making the big decisions as to where we're going to go, what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, etc. So King of Wands is quite an important one in saying to you that be very much conscious that you have to make the decisions. If your life, if your circumstance is one where you normally wait for somebody else to make a decision, this week it's definitely the other way around. You are taking care of the community. You are looking out for everybody. You are doing the work that needs to be done. Understanding that the things that we do this week, you may not see the rewards of them this week. You may only see the rewards later, but you're definitely in the driving seat, in the control position. Now, the other bit of information or bit of advice that Spirit have for you this week, Gemini, is this Three of Wands. So Three of Wands is saying to you that in the past, previously, you made a choice, you made a decision, you've started towards that, you're working on it, okay? And you've now reached a point where, let's call it a checkpoint, where you get to stop and you get to evaluate, you get to look at where you are, you get to look at where you've come from, how far you've come, but you also get to look at where you've still got to go. And remembering that the work that you're doing is, yes, you are going to benefit from it, but so are your family, so are your friends, so are your acquaintances, and so are everybody else. But this is the card of checkpoint, of checking your progress to see how far you've come and how far you still have to go. So his journey is to, well, his purpose, I should say, is to get onto one of those ships, and he's still got a long ways to go, but at least he can see them and he knows that his journey, well, he's getting closer and closer to his end goal. So Gemini, for you, if putting all of this into perspective for the week ahead for you, it is about understanding that the choices and actions and the behaviors that you take this week, even though it's something that you've been working on for a while, you're still not going to, you're going to start getting glimpses of end goal, but you're still not there yet. You've got to understand that everything that you're doing at the moment is for the benefit of those that come after you, whether they be family, whether they be work acquaintances, friends, colleagues, generations, it doesn't matter. But understand, for you this week, everything you do this week is going to be for the betterment of everybody else in your life. And that is amazing. You know, that is truly, truly amazing, and something that you should be truly, truly proud of. But it's about understanding that even though the rewards don't come immediately, and even though the rewards are a little bit delayed, if I can call them that, the rewards are definitely there for everybody. All right, so Gemini, an interesting week for you where you are going to work hard. Yes, there's no doubt about it. But you're also going to be, like I said, the leader, and telling people what they should do, how they should do it in order to achieve the goals and the outcomes that they look for, that they need, and that they want in their lives. So be the leader, be confident, be brave, but understand that we might not see the results this week. But that's okay, because it's about the community. It's about the overall legacy of the situation, as opposed to instant gratification and validation this week. So Gemini, sending you all much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome to all my Cancerians. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. So we're going to start off by shuffling our oracle, looking for a single card that's going to give you the theme for the week ahead. Okay, so cards are shuffled. Let's cut the deck and take a card off the top. So Cancerians, your theme for the week ahead is the evil eye, which is the evil eye of protection. Oh, that is lovely. So I love how we have the laptop here, okay? I love how we have a plant here. So the plant is about life. It's about new energy. It's about new oxygen. It's about bringing life to a situation. And then we've got the laptop, which represents life at the moment. I mean, don't we all spend our time on technology, you know? And then we've got the huge, big evil eye over there. I have one hanging in my office. I have one... I have one on my car keys. I have them all over the place because it is about protection, right? Let's get the tarot shuffled while we discuss the evil eye. So the evil eye, I think it's Greek. I think its original origins were Greek. And it basically meant that if you had that eye looking out for you, so it was the eye looking out, it was looking over you, keeping a watchful eye on you to keep you safe and to keep you protected. So basically what this is saying to you, Cancerians, is that this week, no matter what you're dealing with, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you may be facing, just know that you are well protected. And I'm going to add to that, protected by spirit, so that there is somebody in spirit who is watching out for you, somebody in spirit who is looking out for you, looking after you, protecting you, whether it be protecting you from yourself or protecting you from external danger. Because sometimes, let's be honest, we all need a little bit of protection from ourselves, don't we? Let's see what the tarot wants to add. Our first card that we have is the Queen of Swords. Oh, I like it. Second card that we have is the Sun. Beautiful. And our third card that we have is the Chariot. Oh, this is so interesting. This is so interesting. All right, so Cancerians. The first card we have is the Queen of Swords. Now, when I say to you that there is somebody in spirit watching out for you, like I get this to be the Queen of Swords. Let me tell you, she sits on her throne. She's very confident. She's very capable. She's very secure. She's very happy with who and what she is. But she's also the kind of person who doesn't have a lot of emotions, or she doesn't allow her emotions to influence her decision making. Look at the size of her sword, right? She knows how to use that sword. That sword does not intimidate her, and she makes very fast, quick decisions. And once she drops her sword, that's it, it's done, there's no going back. So she is super confident, she is super in control, and when she makes a decision, it's quick, it's sudden, it's instant, and it's permanent. Okay, so she's watching out for you, and when she watches out for you, she's not going to be overly kind and caring and considerate around your emotions. She's actually going to speak truth. She's going to speak truth, whether that truth whether that truth feels good or not, whether that truth gives you like happy feelings, or whether that truth makes you go like, yo, what's going on here? So she is going to be honest and truthful to a point, okay? And in doing so, she only has your best interests at heart. So when she is behaving that way, it's really just for you and for your best interests. We have the Sun card. And the Sun card, Cancerians, is the card of happiness, joy, and success, because she's protecting you. She's being brutal so that you can live a happy, successful, uncomplicated, fabulous life. Because if she didn't do that, if she didn't give you the protection that you needed from yourself or from others, you would not be carefree. You would not be happy, you would not be content. So this is an interesting one for us here at the end here, Cancerians, because we've got the card of the Chariot. So the Chariot is the card of movement. The Chariot is the card of progress. The Chariot is the card of momentum, okay? And the Chariot is basically saying that you're at a stage of your life at the moment where there is progress, where you are making progress. You are moving towards something. You are moving towards, whether it be a personal goal, whether it be like actually moving house, whether it be just becoming a different version of yourself, but there is progress, there is movement, there is action. And sometimes we can get so caught up in the progress that we, in what we're doing, that we actually lose sight of why we're doing it. And maybe that's why the Queen of Swords is stepping forward. Maybe that's why she's coming through to you, is because she's saying to you, it's time for you to be honest. It's time for you to know the truth, and it's time for you to get on with it, whatever it is that you need to do. But you need to be having fun. You need to be enjoying life. You need to be engaging, interacting, and participating in the best way that you can. But knowing always that you are protected by Spirit, knowing that Spirit is watching out for you, taking care of you, looking out for you, looking after you, and that everything's going to be okay. But you need to keep your eye on the prize, because maybe you've lost that. Maybe you've got so caught up in everything else that you've forgotten where you're going, what the original purpose was. Why did you embark on this journey? So you are protected so that you may continue to have fun and to live a carefree, casual, relaxed, wonderful experience life. But you need to keep your eye on the prize. Remind yourself why you're doing this in the first place, because I do think you're veering off course a little bit. All right, Cancerians, I'm going to leave it there, short, sweet, and to the point. Much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome, Leo. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes. Let's get into your reading and see what this week has in store for you. So let's give the Oracle a shuffle. Just a single shuffle. We're looking for a card that's going to give you your theme for the week ahead. Let's cut the deck over there and take a card off the top. So Leo, the theme for your week ahead is bullseye focus. Oh, I like it. So here we have a target, obviously, and I don't know if those two purple dots are how it hangs on the wall or if that's where we've struck before, but otherwise we're looking to hit the red spot in the middle, which gives us maximum points. So bullseye and focus is the key theme for your week ahead. Let's shuffle the tarot while we chat about that. So you know what's interesting is I don't know if you've all played darts before or not, but when you play darts, the objective is to hit the bullseye. The objective is to get, because you get the most points, because it's the hardest, most difficult thing to do. So getting the most points and winning and succeeding. But in order to do that, like I said, I don't know if you've ever played darts before, but when I've played darts in the past, it's the aim that is the key, the aim and the throw. Okay, it's the aiming and the throwing, and you've got to take your time. There's no rush. You've got to take your time, and you've got to make sure that your aim is as precise as can be in order to have really, really good outcomes. So Leo, this is going to be a week for you to take the time necessary to figure out what it is you're doing, what are you aiming at, what is your strategy, you know, how are you throwing, how are you aiming, how are you doing everything in order to ensure success. But let's see what the focus is for the week ahead from the tarot. We have got the Three of Wands coming out first. We have got Temperance, or I'm liking this. And the third card that we have, Leo, is the Emperor. Oh, wow. All right, so Leo, let's just tidy this up, because I never put them down straight. It's weird. All right, so we've got bullseye, we've got focus. So let's start with our first card. The first card we have here is the Three of Wands. Now, Three of Wands is quite interesting, because Three of Wands, imagine it as a checkpoint, okay? So if you think about it, when you go on a journey, this is where you're starting, this is our destination, this is our target. Imagine this card as being somewhere here in the middle, where we're sort of stopping. Think of it as a water break. We're stopping to rest, we're stopping to replenish our energies, we're stopping to check how far have we come, and how far do we still have to go? And that's exactly what it is. So maybe you've been, the journey that you're on at the moment, Leo, the path that you're walking in your life at the moment, maybe you've been on this journey for such a long time that you've actually even forgotten where you're going. And this is why we need that bullseye focus, because if you don't have that bullseye focus, you may end off completely in the wrong place. Like if you're not looking at the red bullseye focus and you're looking at those two purple dots, purple dots are only worth 1 point. We don't want that. We want the big dot in the middle, which is worth more. But if you don't have that bullseye focus, if you don't have that laser focus as to where you've come from and where you're heading and how you're getting there, you may never actually achieve it. You may have found yourself veering off course a little bit. So this week is a week to bring yourself back into play. And we do that via the Temperance card. So Temperance is about balance. I mean, just to put it into a single word, to put it into a single nutshell, Temperance is balance. So if we look at our angel, we've got 1 foot on the ground and we've got 1 foot in the water. She's got 2 cups. She, he, I'm not quite sure. I think it's actually a gender neutral. They've got 2 cups in their hands and they're pouring water between the two. What are they doing? Is they're finding balance. Now, the beautiful big red wings shows passion, shows enthusiasm, shows creativity. We've got the fire symbol on their chest, which again, passion, fire, creativity, inspiration, motivation, all of those kind of things. And this is what sometimes leads us astray. And this is why sometimes we need these check-ins, okay? Because sometimes if we're over enthusiastic about a thing, we could actually overshoot the mark. Right? So this is why Temperance has come through, saying to you, slow down, take a minute, checkpoint, evaluate, look at yourself, look at your life, look at the projects that you're working on, look at the goals that you've set yourself, and how are you doing with all of that? All right? Bring yourself back into balance. Now, Temperance also says to you, if we look at the background on this side and the background on this side, this side seems to be quite clear, quite simple, quite easy. We can see the pathway. It looks easy. It doesn't look like it's overgrown. It's quite simple to get us to the sunshine. But this side, it seems, I mean, yeah, we've got pretty flowers, but it seems like quite a difficult walk because we can't see, where we can put our feet. It's a bit overgrown. It's a bit bushy. And we don't know, like, is it easy? Is it difficult? Is it, so we have options. You can take probably the shorter but more difficult route or the longer, easier route. But either way, it's about knowing where you are now versus where you need to be, having that focus to get to your destination, knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. We then have the Emperor. And Leo, this is the one that really stands up for you because the Emperor is about control and dominance. The Emperor is about removing emotions from any and all decisions. The Emperor, he makes his decision based on fact, based on logic, based on truth, based on, all of those kind of things. He doesn't really, like, yes, he factors in people's feelings, but not to such an extent. The Emperor is telling you, you know what, let's do the right thing and let's do it the right way. He has got that bullseye laser focus around what are we doing, how are we doing it, when are we doing it, who are we doing it with, etc., etc. So, Leo, the message for you for this week is to be focused on what you're doing, why you're doing it, who you're doing it with, who you're doing it for, and what the outcome's going to be. And if you find that the outcome that you're working towards at the moment isn't the outcome you expected, then it's time to be super, super strong and confident in bringing yourself back. And it may be a case of having to choose the harder route, the harder path to walk in order to get to where you need to be quicker, simpler, and easier, even if it is a harder journey. But that's what it is. This is going to be a week of realignment, of checking in and getting your focus back so that we don't waste unnecessary time and deviate too far off course. So Leo, sending you much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Virgo, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what does this week have in store for you. So let's give the Oracle a shuffle, just a single shuffle. We are going to take one card that is going to give you the theme for the week ahead for Virgo energy. Right, here we have your card, Virgo. Your theme for the week is, we've already had this for Aries come through. It is the skull card with a keyword of endings. A couple of things that I did note on this card previously when I did it for Aries. So here we have the skull. That skull looks like he's smiling. Most skulls look like they're smiling to me, but look how perfect the skull is. But that's not what I want to focus on. I want to focus on the plant. So somebody has taken a skull, whether it's an ornamental skull, a real skull, of course we don't know, but they have made a hole in the top and they have used it to bring life. Okay, plants represent life. They represent a living organism. So something, even though something has stopped living, something can continue to live because of it. So that is quite interesting. I'm going to leave it there while we talk about it. So I know that generally speaking, human beings, we're all afraid of dying. We're all, nervous about it, afraid of it, anxious about it. Why? Because we don't know what it actually entails. We don't know what it actually means. But what we have to understand is that being human and living this life is all about endings. Things end all the time. If you go to a restaurant to eat a meal with your family and your friends, at some point that meal comes to an end. At some point that experience comes to an end. It is inevitable. Everything comes to an end. Sometimes in life your favorite t-shirt just has so many holes in it and it's no longer viable and it has to come to an end. Sometimes we change jobs, which means one job has to come to an end in order for something else to materialize. So even though we're afraid of change, one thing we have to understand is that endings are always happening around us. Just sometimes it's a small ending and sometimes it's a big ending. Let's see what it is for you this week, Virgo. From the tarot, the first card we have is the Seven of Wands. The second card we have is the Hermit. And our third tarot card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, this is quite interesting, actually. I say it's quite interesting because we've got one action card and we've got two inaction. We've got two cards of inaction and one card of, well, actually, he is a little bit not so active. All right, but let's have a look. So the first card we have is the Seven of Swords. Wands, Seven of Wands. Now, if you look at our gentleman, he's standing there in a very much a defensive pose. So he's got his stick, his wand, he's holding it across his chest, he's defending, protecting his heart and his throat and his head. He's protecting what he feels are his most important parts of himself. And he's got a very defensive pose against these six wands that seem to be coming towards him. Now he's got himself backed right up to the edge of a cliff. So he actually is trapped. He can't go anywhere. He cannot take a step backwards, and he certainly cannot come forwards because there are six sticks coming at him, and he is trying to defend himself against it. Now, as humans, we tend to do this often. As soon as we feel threatened, as soon as we feel as if anybody is attacking us, we all immediately get onto that defensive pose, don't we? Like, we might not have a stick that we actually hold across our chests, but our words, our emotions, our actions become very, very defensive because it's human nature. It's the animal instinct in us to defend ourselves when threatened. The issue that we have here with this particular card is that the threat is a perceived threat. In other words, it might not be an actual threat. It's a perceived threat. But he hasn't taken the time to ask the questions. He hasn't taken the time to ask these six wands, what do you want, friend or foe? He's just made an assumption, jumped to a conclusion, and now he's found himself backed into a corner. And he doesn't know what to do. So, Virgo, that might be you this week. You might be feeling very much like you are backed into a corner. You might be feeling very much like you have nowhere to go and you don't know what your next move is going to be. And you're afraid, you're nervous, you're anxious, you're scared. Spirit is saying to you, it's time to face the truth. It's time to face up to this particular situation, and it's time for you to turn this circumstance around. How do we do that? Well, that's why we have the Hermit here. The Hermit is the card of introspection. Introspection means to take a minute and to look within yourself, to look at the truth within yourself, not the lies within yourself, the truth within yourself. The Hermit is the card of understanding that you might not be able to see the bigger picture, but you only need to focus on this step right here. If you look at our Hermit, he has got his head completely facing down, and he's looking at where his stick is, and he's looking at where his feet are. And the light that he carries it's not bright enough to show him too far into the future. He can literally only see a step ahead. So what this is saying to you, Virgo, is that if you are feeling backed into a corner around anything in your life at the moment, okay, that needs to come to an end. But the way that you're going to do that is by stopping the defensive behavior, stopping the emotional response, the any kind of response that you have. Just stop everything that you're doing and breathe. Look down at your feet and say, okay, right here, right now, where I am, what is a step that I can take? And Spirit is saying to you, Virgo, that actually you need to survey the land a little bit before you take that next step, because you've actually got yourself quite well pickled. Okay, quite well pickled, and it's that pickle that needs to end. It's nothing else. It's just the way that you react, the way that you respond to external situations that needs to change. The Knight of Pentacles is telling you you don't have to always be active. You don't always have to be moving. You don't always have to be doing something. The Knight of Pentacles is telling you that sometimes it's okay to stop and to survey and to look at the land around you in order to make a correct judgment assumption. Here, we haven't done that. Here, we've jumped into action. We've jumped into defense mode. We've jumped into an assumption that everybody's coming to attack you, when actually maybe these 6 swords, excuse me, that these 6 swords are maybe not coming to attack you, but maybe they're coming to help you. Maybe they're offering you something nice, and you're like, no, 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 no. So that is what needs to shift. You only need to focus on yourself. You only need to focus on the next step that you take. You do not need to be focused on anything more than that. So Virgo, for you, this is an interesting week. This is going to be a week of figuring things out for yourself. But this is going to be a week of putting things into perspective. Okay? Putting things into perspective and not being so quick to jump to a conclusion, to not make assumptions. I'm going to leave it there for you, Virgo. Much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Libra, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. So Libra, we're going to give our oracle a shuffle. We're looking for a single card that's going to give you the theme for the week ahead. Right. Cards are shuffled, cards are cut, taken a card off the top. Libra, let's have a look. What is the theme for your week ahead? And yours is flamingo. I have to giggle. Flamingo came out, I think it was for Taurus. So yeah, flamingo's already made an appearance this week, which is great because it means it's a collective kind of energy as well, but specifically for you guys as well. So we've got these garden flamingos. I love these garden flamingos. And you know what? I don't know about you. You know, where I live, we don't have flamingos. But whenever I see a garden flamingo, it just puts a smile on my face. And it just brings this kind of element of fun, doesn't it? I'm going to leave it there. Let's shuffle the tarot while we chat about garden flamingos. So Libra, the theme for your week ahead is fun. It is, and when I think of garden flamingos, I think of a poolside, I think of beautiful weather, I think of friends, I think of happiness and laughter and sunshine and good food and just living a life of no worries, no stresses, no concerns, just everything being pretty fabulous. And that's where your focus needs to be for the week ahead. So Libra, this is Spirit saying to you that this week the focus is on having fun, on bringing fun into your life and making sure that everything you do has an element of fun in it. And sometimes just putting a pink flamingo on your desk or a wallpaper on your computer or your phone might just bring you that element of fun, because sometimes, you know, life is serious, life is tough, we're all working hard, we're all got, you know, massive deadlines and things that we're working towards, but sometimes we just need to learn how to bring fun into it. Let's see what the tarot wants to add. So the first card we have is the Knight of Wands. I love him. He's fun, I have to say that. We have Queen of Cups. I love it. And we also have, oh, the Five of Pentacles. All right. All right, Libra, this is interesting. This is interesting. Let's start off with our Knight of Wands. So I said to you that he's a lot of fun. And if we look at him, I mean, he's got this, he's got flames everywhere. He's even got flames on his shoe, on his helmet, on his armor. The horse's mane is like it's made out of fire. Fire is about passion. Fire is about enthusiasm. Fire is creativity. It's all of those kind of beautiful energies. And if we look at the artwork here, you can see that the horse is in motion. Okay, our knight, he's holding his wand, he's holding his stick quite confidently and quite proudly, but there's definitely forward movement. But to me, he's a bit of a show-off, right? He's a bit of a fun show-off, and maybe that's exactly who you need to be this week, Libra. Maybe you need to be the fun show-off. As I say that, though, I'm reminded we have Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about emotional maturity. Queen of Cups is the card that says, you know what, let's pay attention, let's be kind, let's be generous, but let's pay attention to everybody. Let's understand on an emotional level that we need to take care of everybody. And I know, Libra, I know that that's who you are. So you're so busy focusing on everybody else's needs, wants, and desires that maybe you have neglected your own, which is why this is a reminder to bring a little bit of fun into your life. And I'm saying all of that because of this third card. So here we have is the Five of Pentacles, and Five of Pentacles is not a fabulous card, Libra. Five of Pentacles is the card of not having. Okay, it's the card of not having. So you're not having fun. That's what it's saying to you. You've been so busy taking care of everybody else that you have forgotten how to have fun in all the things that you do. Again, this knight, he's busy, he's moving, he's in progress, he's on a mission, and he's doing it, but he's doing it with flair, he's doing it with enthusiasm, he's doing it with passion. And Libra, I'm telling you, based on these two cards, that you've forgotten that. You've lost that. You've lost your passion. You've lost your ability to laugh and to be silly and to have fun. So it doesn't mean that, if your life is really serious and you're dealing with many, difficult challenges at the moment, it doesn't mean that we're taking away from those things, because we're not. But what this is Spirit saying to you to please understand that you've lost your ability to have fun, and you need to know how to incorporate it in everything that you do while you're still taking care of others. Because taking care of others and ensuring that everybody is emotionally taken care of is something that is high on your priority list, Libra, and that's great. And you're busy and you've got a lot of things going on, and then you think, oh, but I haven't got time for fun. I haven't got time to hang out by the pool and to soak up the sun. I don't have time for that. I'm busy. But it's about learning how to incorporate fun into everything that you do, because otherwise you're missing out. You're missing out, Libra. And if you are missing out, how can you be there for other people? If you have lack, how can you be there for other people? How can you support other people? How can you just keep going and going and going if you don't stop and fill up your own cup from time to time? Yeah, important that you take time to fill up your cup from time to time. So Libra, I'm going to leave that there. I know that was very short, sweet, and to the point, but I think the message has got across. Make time for you, make time for fun, incorporate it into your day-to-day life while you take care of other people. Otherwise, you're losing out in a big way. All right. Libra, much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Scorpio, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. So we're starting off with the Oracle card, giving it a shuffle. Going to cut the deck in half and take a single card that's going to show your theme for this week ahead. So there we have our card, Scorpio. Let's see what is the theme for your week ahead. And we've got the Labyrinth. Labyrinth, which is all about the journey. Oh, I like it. So here we have two silver balls. They are inside the maze, and they're both trying to find their way to the center. It does look like this one's going to get there quite quick, but we also don't know which way it's going, because if it's going this way, it may slip, but Labyrinth is about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey itself, and that is your theme for the week ahead. So let's get the tarot a shuffle as we discuss this journey. I'm one of those people who just loves long car roads, car trips, you know. Road trips are just so much fun. What am I doing? Shuffling. Road trips are just so much fun. And yeah, personally, I love a road trip. And a road trip is not about the destination. Yes, we're working towards the destination and we're going towards that. But the road trip is more about, while you're driving, looking out the window, seeing something interesting, stopping at a little quaint town and, you know, having an experience while working towards the big goal of where you're actually heading to. And Scorpio, for you this week, it's about bringing your journey into perspective. It's about understanding the journey that you're on, understanding where you are within that journey and how are you best handling or working with that journey. Let's lay out the tarot and see what we have. So our first tarot card that we have is the Nine of Cups. Oh, I like that. We also have the Star card, beautiful Scorpio, and we also have the Temperance card. Oh, very interesting indeed. Very interesting indeed. Okay, so Scorpio, we're talking about the journey. We're talking about the labyrinth. The first tarot card we've got for you is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about, to put it in a very to put it in a very short form, it's about understanding the accomplishments and the achievements that you have already made. Look at these cups that he has positioned behind him, and he's sitting very proudly, very comfortably sitting in front of these things, and imagine these cups as his trophies. And there he's sitting in front of his trophies and saying, look at what I've done, look at what I've achieved, look what I've accomplished. And you know what, Scorpio? That's exactly what you need to do. You need to give yourself permission to brag and to show off a little bit, okay? Because this journey that you're on at the moment, it's not fun, it's not easy, it's quite tough, it's quite hard, it's quite challenging to say the least. But sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it's important to take a minute to actually just say, you know what, but let me just look back at what I've done. I have been on this particular journey for however long it is, and look what I've achieved. Look what I've accomplished along the way. Look what I have gained because of this journey. So it's about acknowledging the past, acknowledging your achievements and accomplishments of the past, and being proud about them. Even if there's a failure or two in there, even if there's a challenge or two that didn't quite go according to plan, be proud of the fact that you've moved beyond it, you've moved out of it, and that you are in a better place because of it. That is very, very important, Scorpio. We have the Star card. Star card is the card of hope. It's the card of healing. It's the card of renewal. Okay, you can see that our being here is putting into the ground, putting into the earth. She's replenishing. Okay, she is replenishing. The stars are all illuminated. She is illuminated. She is star. She is a star, and she is putting back in. So when you do this, Scorpio, when you give yourself the chance to look at what you've accomplished, to look at what you've done, to look at all that you've been through, that rejuvenates, I'm trying to say two words at once, that rejuvenates you to such an extent that it gives you energy to carry on again. Now, something quite interesting between these two cards, okay? The Star card, she's kneeling on the ground, but she's got 1 foot in the water, standing on the ground with 1 foot in the water. So, and both of those aspects bring in balance. Because if your labyrinth, if your journey is unbalanced, you will never succeed. If you imagine this labyrinth, if I tilted it forward, all our efforts would just roll to that end and they would stay there. They would just roll to the back and they would stay there. They would never move. They would never be able to come around again. So if we don't have balance, Scorpio, we're never going to achieve the things that we need to. We're never going to appreciate, enjoy, and succeed in our journey. So we've got the Star card, which is the card of hope. It's the card of replenishing, renewal. And then we have the Temperance card, which is the card of saying, don't push yourself too hard unless it's necessary. It's about finding your balance, finding your footing, but it's also about sharing equally. It's about expending your energy equally, as opposed to, you know what, if you're running a marathon and you start running that marathon off at a sprint, you're not going to have the energy to sustain the journey. And that's what these two cards are saying to you, Scorpio. So this week, for the next 7 days, because remember, this reading is just a 7-day period. For the next 7 days, what you need to be focusing on is, What am I doing? What is the journey I'm currently going? And am I balanced? Am I expending my energy correctly? But also let me focus on what I have already done, what I have already accomplished, what I've already worked through, because that's going to give me the energy and the strength to be able to carry on. And if we don't level the playing fields, if we don't balance the playing fields, we're never going to achieve the destination. We're never going to have success. And success is there for you. So Scorpio, it's a week of balancing out your energies, a week of understanding the journey that you've been on and the journey you're going into or still on, and the destination of, and but understanding it's the journey that's more important than the actual destination itself. So Scorpio, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, and until we connect again, take care. Hello and welcome to Sagittarius energies. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes. Let's get into your reading and see what does this week have in store for you. So Sag, we're starting off with the Oracle deck, which is going to give you your theme for the week ahead. So cards are shuffled. Let's get them together nicely. Let's cut them over there and take a card off the top. All right, Sag, let's see, what is the theme for your week ahead? And Sag, you have got angel numbers giving you confirmation. So here we have a receipt. Somebody has been to have breakfast. We've got a tablecloth. They've been to the spot to have some breakfast. There is their bill, there is their charge, and it's about noticing the little things. That's what angel numbers is when you notice 1111, it's giving you confirmation of being supported, of being loved, of being acknowledged by Spirit. And it's about seeing the little things, noticing the little things in everything, okay? Because there's another one, 1212. You understand? So we've got 1212 there, we've got 1111 there, definitely angel numbers. If you don't know what your angel numbers are or what the angel numbers are, just Google it. Just Google angel numbers. You will get where it comes up with 11, it comes up with 1212, you know, etc., 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 giving you, and each one has a message and a meaning that, you know, giving you a little bit of insight into what the angels are saying to you. So it's about noticing the little things, and it's about seeing the messages in the little things, Sag. That is what the week ahead has in store for you. It's about getting the confirmations in through, I'm going to call them unusual ways, getting the confirmations that you need through unusual, peculiar ways to give you the confirmation that everything is actually going well in your life. Let's see what the tarot has to offer. So card number one, oh my gosh, this card has made so many appearances this week. We have got the Three of Wands. Card number two, we have the Four of Swords. Oh, this is interesting. And we have the Strength card. Love it. All right, Sag, let's put the tarot aside. Let's just rearrange all of these. All right, so Sag, what we have here, angel numbers and confirmations being your theme for the week ahead. The first tarot card we have is the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is what I like to call a checkpoint. Three of Wands is the card that says to you, you know, take a minute to look at where you've come from and where you still need to go. Are you on track? Are you heading in the right direction? Are you moving forward in the way that you had planned, the way that you would want to, and the way that you would need to? Or is everything a little bit higgledy-piggledy? Is things a little bit all over the place? Are you on track or are you off track? Okay, so the Three of Wands is basically saying to you, take a minute to stop, to notice, and to understand, to receive the messages, to receive the confirmation that the universe is giving you. Because sometimes we could get little signs that we're off track, we're off track, we're off track, but we tend to ignore it. They're like, oh no, it'll figure itself out, it'll sort itself out, it'll right itself. But maybe things are not going that way. So it's important that you stop, time out, stop. Sure, look, observe, check against your list. Are we on the right road? Are we moving in the right direction? Are we doing the things that we need to be doing? Because if you don't do those, you're going to find yourself so far off course that you might not be able to fix it. Spirit are also saying to you, Sag, that it's important that you rest. It's important that you slow down and stop. It's important that you take time, again, time out. It's important that you take time to rejuvenate and to recoup, because you've been going for such a long time. You've been on this mission, on this road, on this journey on heading on this for this goal for such a long time that you are mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted. So a little bit of rest, a little bit of recuperation is absolutely necessary for you right now. So this week, all you have to do is do the check-in. Where am I? Am I on track? Am I okay? Once you've got those answers, take the rest of the week to just rest. But you'll get the confirmation of this from all the angel numbers that'll be coming through to you this week. Pay attention and listen. Okay? Then we have a major arcana card over here, and it is the card of strength. So here we have this fair maiden, and she is taming the lion. And the lion is the beast of the wild, and she's taming the lion. And how is she doing it? She's doing it through love. She's doing it through compassion. She's doing it through understanding. She's not doing it through fear and stress and anxiety. It's all very calm, it's all very tranquil, and it's all very pleasing to the lion and to her. So Sag, this is Spirit saying to you, you are strong, you are capable, and you will achieve greatness. You will. Whatever this project is that you're on, whatever this journey is that you're on at the moment, whatever this is you're doing well. But it is important to just every now and again to slow down, to stop, to rest, to gather your strength, to gather your tenacity, your courage, your conviction, all of that kind of thing. Let the angel numbers guide you as to when it is time to rest and when it is time to carry on again. But pay attention to the signs that you get in the strange, peculiar, unusual places, because I think there's definitely a message that's coming through for you to take it easy. And for this week in particular, you don't have to be operating at 100 kilometers an hour. You can actually slow down to 40 and just take it all in, observe, recuperate, rejuvenate, and then you will have the strength and the courage that you need to continue. All right, Sag, I'm going to leave that message there for you. Great message for you. I do hope that you interpret the numbers well. As always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Capricorn, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what does this week have in store for you. So let's give our oracle a shuffle, just a single shuffle. We're looking for a card that's going to give you the theme for the week ahead. Right, cards are shuffled, cut, taking a card off the top. And let's have a look, Capricorn. What is the theme of your week ahead? The card that we have for you is medical staff and healing. Oh, this is interesting. So we have the back end of an ambulance. This is where the stretcher, the gurney, whatever it's called, would be pushed in when you are being taken somewhere for healing. So you're not going to go in an ambulance. That is not what the card is telling you. Let's just clear that right off the bat as I shuffle the tarot. So Capricorn, what this is Spirit saying to you that this is a week to catch your breath, to rejuvenate, to heal, and to recover. You've obviously been through a lot. You've obviously been through some, hard times, difficult times, challenging times. And this is a week for healing. This is the week to take the time out. You know what? Sometimes in life we're so busy, we have a headache, but we're too busy to take a pill. We're too busy to deal with the headache. We just keep going until eventually that headache becomes something much worse. Whereas if we took the time to deal with whatever it was that was happening, we could alleviate or lessen the impact. But this is a week for you to pay attention to you, not to anybody else, okay, Capricorn? This is a week for you to pay attention to you. What are you going through? What aspect of yourself is in need of healing? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it emotional? Is it psychological? What are you going through? Let's see what the tarot says. What aspect of your life needs healing right now? And we start off with the King of Cups. Second card that I'm drawing for you is the Chariot. And the third card I'm drawing for you is the Moon. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, all right, Capricorn, this is going to get serious. Let's have a look. So let's start with our King of Cups. So to describe the King of Cups, well, first of all, let's look at the artwork, right? So here we have this king. I mean, this is just such peculiar artwork, but it's fabulous at the same time. He's sitting on this very, very tiny concrete platform. in the middle of a water, like I don't know if he's out in the ocean, if he's in a dam, if he's in a lake, I don't know what his situation is, but he's in the middle of water. There is water in front of him, there is water on the side, there is water on the side, and that little blue blob that you see over there is a fish jumping out of the water. So he is in, I'm going to call it active water. This red blob in the background is a ship. And if we look at the water, all around him, you can see that the water is choppy. Okay, there is wind blowing, the water is choppy, which means it's not pleasant. So if you've ever been at the water's edge when it's been windy and the water is choppy like that, it creates a little bit of anxiety within us, because the energy is like up and all over the place, and it can become quite overwhelming. It can become quite overwhelming. So our King of Cups, even though there is chaos all around him, even though there is choppy air and choppy water and choppy chaos all around him, he is completely stable, completely secure. He is sitting in his chair. He doesn't look concerned. He doesn't look worried at all. He understands that he is the calming influence amongst the chaos. And Capricorn, that is you. All right? That is you. You are the calming influence amongst the chaos. But maybe this is where the healing is coming in, because maybe you've spent too much time trying to calm the waters. You've spent too much time trying to get the fishes to stay under the water, to try and get the boats to be calm. You've spent too much time trying to do things that you can't do, or things that you shouldn't do. And this week, because it's a week of healing, because it's the week of focusing on you, maybe you need to be more focused on what it is that you can do versus what it is that you can't do, what it is that you should be doing versus what it is that you shouldn't be doing. But it is about control of the emotions, of your own emotions, Capricorn, not the emotions of somebody else, your own emotions. Let's move on to the next card. And here we have a major arcana card of the Chariot. And what I want to say to you about the Chariot, so the Chariot is the card of movement. The Chariot is the card of progress. Chariot is the card of moving between A and B, but being halfway, or being in a partway, let me say, partway between A and B. So you're not at where you started and you're not at your destination, you're somewhere in the middle. And what happens is, and I'm going to use the little ship example, is if you're a ship out at sea and you veer 1 degree off course. So we're supposed to go straight and we veer 1 degree off. So immediately that 1 degree makes no difference. But the more we go 1 degree off course, the further away we are from where we actually need to be. So if we don't pay attention, if we don't focus straight ahead on where we're going, on what it is we want to do, we are going to catch ourselves far away from where we should be, and then we have to readjust. So this is Spirit saying to you, healing this week. Pay attention to your emotions. Keep your emotions as stable as you can. Keep your emotions secure. Let the chaos happen around you, because you have no control over the chaos. What you have control over is your direction, the progress, the direction, and the action that you have, that you are moving in. That is where your focus needs to be only. Okay? We're not paying attention to anybody else. We are healing the self. We are paying attention to the self, because that is the only thing that matters this week, Capricorn. Chariot is saying to you, check yourself. Are you on track? Are you where you're supposed to be? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? And if not, what can you do to fix it? So that leads us into the Moon card. So Capricorn, the Moon card is about facing your fears. So let's just look at the artwork again. So we have these two pillars. We have a sun, a full moon, a half moon, and a crescent moon all in one. Okay, and they are dropping these little bits of light, if I can put it that way. We have this yellow brick road that goes all the way. The crustacean that we have over here is something that has a hard shell, but really vulnerable and soft on the inside. Okay, and this is you, and you need to make this journey. But as you come out of your safety, as you come out of the place where you are safe and secure, you are immediately confronted with your worst fears. And your worst fears is the dog and the wolf, who are howling at the moon. That means that they are distracted. That means they might sound scary. It might be quite daunting. It might be quite frightening, but they are distracted. So you need to take the chance of running past them, between them, without them noticing. So it's about facing your fears confidently, knowing that you've still got a long road ahead of you. And that, Capricorn, is exactly what Spirit is saying to you. Right now, this week, you have to focus on you. I know it's difficult when there are other people in your life, people you love, people that matter to you, people that are important and significant. But if you don't take care of you first, how can you take care of anybody else? The other thing that I want to say to you, and I know this is an ambulance on the ground, but you know, they always say to you when you do your safety checks in the aeroplane, if there is going to be a problem, they say to you, put your oxygen mask on first before you try and help somebody else. And I feel like, Capricorn, this is the message. You cannot help the ship or the fishes if you don't help yourself. You cannot be a support system to anybody else if you have veered off course. And sometimes you have to face your deepest, darkest challenges in order to get to the place so that you can help others. But you need to heal you first, because by healing you will give you the courage and the confidence to realize that the dog and the wolf are so distracted by the moon that they won't even see you, even though you are that close to them. But if you are weak, you're not going to have the courage and the confidence to do the things that you need to do. Right, so Capricorn, interesting one for you. Give yourself the time to heal that aspect of yourself that needs healing. That is the most important thing that you can do for yourself right now. As always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Aquarius, hello and welcome. Let's get into your reading and see what this week ahead has in store for you. So Aquarius, giving our oracle a shuffle. This is going to give you the theme for the week ahead. What is the theme for the week ahead for Aquarius? What will you be dealing with? What is the energies for the week ahead? Let's have a look. So Aquarius, you have got power lines and energy. Oh, I love it. Beautiful purple skies. I mean, I know these things are such an eyesore. You know, oh, my camera isn't playing up. Hold a second. I don't know if my camera was playing up, but it seems to be okay. I do apologize for that, Aquarius. I hope it's still okay. I know that these power lines are generally quite, or can be quite, an eyesore and not something that we like to look at, but they bring us electricity, they bring us power, they bring us things. Well, depends. Let's shuffle the tarot while we chat about power lines. So power lines are actually referencing energy, okay? And energy is electricity. It's the things that give us power to do things like run our stoves, run our microwaves, run our geysers, you know, all of those other kind of things. Run our Wi-Fi. You know, the things that are important in life. Let's pay attention to that. But we need to understand that power, electricity, comes from one source, and then it has to get distributed all over the place. And it's the same with you, Aquarius. It's the same with the energy that you have within your body. Your energy comes from one place, and that energy comes from food stores. So food that you put into your body, things that you take into your body, they then have to get pushed out to your legs, created into energy, pushed out to your legs, to your arms, to your brain, to your heart, to all parts of you, so that you can do the things that you need to do. But let's see what the tarot wants to say. Where is your energy, and what do you need to know about your energy and your power lines in your life? The first card we have is the Ace of Cups. Second card we have is the Page of Swords. And Aquarius, our third card we have, oh, interesting, is the Four of Swords. Four of Swords. Okay. Sorry, just rearranging stuff here. I somehow managed to get everything a bit confused there. So let's start off with this first card. All right. So Aquarius, this is Spirit saying to you, Ace of Cups, new emotional energy coming into your life. So we're talking about energy. Here we have new emotional energy. So this week is going to be an interesting week for you, where there's going to be a new power line connected. And that new power line comes with a new love interest. Now, let me just correct. When I talk about a love interest, when I talk about a love energy, I'm not specifically saying brand new relationship, because that might not be valid and appropriate for all of you. Some of you are married, some of you are committed, some of you are single and available, in which case, yeah, different story. But when we talk about a new love connection, like maybe there's an existing relationship, connection, friendship, colleague situation, where all of a sudden there is this new energy of of emotion, of connection, of understanding, of love that comes through. And that is the energy for the week ahead. So the power lines is, this is going to be a week driven on love. This is going to be a week driven on emotion. This is going to be a week driven on connections between you and other people, Aquarius. That is very interesting. We have the Page of Swords next. I always see the Page of Swords as learning, like physical textbook learning, right? Because let's be honest, we know what a power line is, we know what it does, but do we know how it works? No. Do we know how love works? We know what it is, we know how it is, we know what it feels like, but do we know actually how it works? Do you realize that love is very much a two-way street? That when your cup overflows, you are then providing, supplying, and giving to something or someone else. You understand? So the Page of Swords is basically saying to you, Aquarius, that this is a week to pay attention to your own thoughts, to your own actions, to your own behaviors, to your own circumstances. And if there's a new connection, a new love interest, a new emotion coming from a person, pay attention to it, but ask yourself, do you understand it? Do you actually truly know how it works? Do you truly understand that it is a give and take situation? Because maybe if we're in the process of just taking all the time, if we're in the habit and the process of not reciprocating when something is given to us, then the power stops. Then the energy comes to a standstill, because energy is very much give and take. There is always 100%. And if you take some away, it has to be replaced with something else. That is how the law of attraction works. That is how energy works. So if somebody is giving you love this week, if somebody is giving you a bit of attention, a bit of admiration, a bit of whatever it is this week, you need to give back. And Aquarius, this is going to be your week of learning exactly what that means and exactly how to use that to your advantage. That is definitely quite an interesting one for you guys. It's about the learning, about the love. Now, the other thing that we have, interesting card, Four of Swords. So Four of Swords is the card of rest. It's the card of recuperation. Four of Swords is the card of replenishing energies. Four of Swords is the card of understanding that sometimes less is more. So this is a bit of a contradiction, because here we're saying acknowledge, react, respond, give back this emotional connection that you have with somebody. But here Spirit is saying, but rest. So I think the message for you, Aquarius, is about understanding. That's the Page of Swords, the learning and the understanding that you don't want to be giving too much. Because sometimes when we give too much and the cup overflows, it's wastage. And sometimes we don't want to be wasting. Sometimes we don't want to be wasting the good stuff, because there is a limited supply of energy. There is a limited supply of power. And we don't want to be just letting it, run down the road and waste. We want to make sure that we are utilizing everything that we have and everything that we are. So Spirit is saying to you, Aquarius, that this is the week to not do more than is absolutely necessary. So if you receive 10, only give 10. If you receive, an apple, give an apple. If you receive an apple, you don't want to be giving a house. It's not an equal exchange. That's what I'm getting from this card. It's about equal exchange. It's about understanding what is right, how much is too much, and how much is too little. Okay? It's about learning what you receive and what you give out. And understanding that with energy, there has to always be an equal exchange. If there is not an equal exchange, then the circumstances are not even, in which case somebody is running at a deficit. And Aquarius, we want to make sure that the person running at a deficit this week is not you. And the way that you do that is by pulling back ever so slightly, and not feeling like you need to give more all the time. So there is a fine line between the right amount and too much. So you want to make sure that you learn exactly what that balance is of energy. I'm going to leave it there for you, Aquarius. I think that's such a fabulous message for you. Much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care. Pisces, hello and welcome. Welcome to your week ahead TarotScopes. Let's get into your reading and see what does this week ahead have in store for you. So Pisces, giving our oracle a shuffle. This is going to give you your theme for the week ahead. Let's have a look. Cut the deck over there and taking a card off the top. The theme for your week ahead, Pisces, is the cowrie shell, which is all about abundance. Oh, I love that for you. Absolutely love that for you. Right, I'm going to leave that there and let's shuffle the tarot while we chat about abundance. So you know what I love about the cowrie shell is it's something that is so abundant in nature, and each one is different, even though they're all exactly the same, you know. And isn't that exactly what abundance is? Because abundance to you and abundance to me might look very different. You know, what I consider to be abundant and what you consider to be abundant might be a couple of million apart. But abundance is a state of mind. And this is what I wanted to share with you. Abundance is a state of mind. Abundance is not a tangible. So when we talk about, oh, my life is so abundant, it means that I feel full. I feel as if I have everything that I need, that I have everything that I want and everything that I deserve. That is abundant. Abundance is not about a monetary value or about a physical thing. And what's important, Pisces, is that we understand that, because we all get so fixated on the mundane. We all get so fixated on the tangible. You know, how much money is in the bank account, and, you know, how much did we win, and how much did we succeed, and how much and how much and how much do I have? Instead of changing it and saying, oh gosh, I am so abundant that every time I open my purse, that there is enough for what I need at that time. And to me, that's what true abundance is when you have enough for whatever your needs are whenever you have the need. So let's see what the tarot wants to say about your cowrie shell abundance. So card number one, oh wow, this card has made so many appearances this week, and it's just come through for Aquarius as well. So that is the Four of Swords. We also have the Ten of Wands, and we also have the Empress. Oh, this is interesting, Pisces. Very, very interesting. All right, so let's start off with that Four of Swords, because Four of Swords is an interesting one. Four of Swords is the card of healing. It's the card of renewal. It's the card of replenishing, but it's also the card of rest. So I think it's saying to you as well here, Pisces, that sometimes in life we have to understand, what does abundance mean? You know, what actually is abundance? And as I said to you, abundance is an emotion. It's a feeling. Yes, it is a physical, tangible, but it is also a feeling. And it's about understanding when is enough enough. And I think for you, Pisces, that's the message that I'm getting here from this Four of Swords. So it's telling you to take it easy, to rest, to not feel like maybe you're chasing a goal of financial independence. And maybe your goal, every time you get close to it, the goalposts have been shifted, and the goalposts are further, then you're having to chase, then the goalposts are moved. So maybe your original goal that you had originally set out for yourself, maybe you've achieved it. Maybe you've surpassed it. And this is Spirit saying to you, slow down and stop, because you cannot evaluate everything that's going on around you if your energies are low. There is an abundance available to you. There is absolutely no doubt about that. There is an abundance available to you, but if you keep chasing, maybe you're pushing it away. I have an image in my head right now of somebody on an animal, riding on the animal's back. They have like a fishing rod over the animal's face with a carrot hanging. I think the animal is a donkey. And the animal wants to get, the donkey wants to get to the carrot. So the donkey keeps moving to the carrot. But here's the donkey and here's the carrot. They're fixed to each other. So as the donkey is moving forward, the carrot is moving forward. So the poor donkey never reaches the carrot. But the carrot is right there. The carrot is connected to him one way or another. And that is the abundance. And maybe this is why Spirit is saying to you, Pisces, slow down. Slow down, rest, catch your breath. You know, revitalize yourself, because you're running around chasing your tail, not getting anywhere, not achieving anything. How do I know that? Because you've got the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is about carrying a really heavy burden. The Ten of Wands is about really struggling and really finding things difficult. The Ten of Wands is overburden. It's the only way I can describe it. Look at how he's carrying those sticks. I mean, it's awkward, okay? It's completely awkward. But he's doing his best under the circumstances. He's doing his best at that minute. He's so close to his destination. He's right there. So he's only got a few steps to go. And you know what? Tomorrow he's going to get up and he's going to do it all over again. He has an abundance of these sticks, but there's only so much that he can carry. But if he doesn't rest and rejuvenate his energy, he's never going to achieve the outcomes that he set. And maybe he's been so focused on carrying sticks, he hasn't counted sticks. And maybe by the time he gets home and actually counts the sticks, he may realize that he has all the sticks that he needs already. That maybe he already has more sticks than he needs, and that he can slow down. What is abundance? And then we have the Empress card. And Pisces, the Empress is the card of life. She is the card of creation. She gives life to life. She represents abundance in an abundance, okay? Without her, we would have no wheat to make bread. We would have no water to drink or to cleanse or to wash. We would have no trees to give us shade. We would have no cloth to give us beauty and a feeling of satisfaction. We would have none of that. So there is an abundance around you all the time, but maybe it's not a financial abundance. And if you're focused on one form of abundance, you may be missing all the other abundances. Yes, I'm making up words. You will maybe miss all the other abundances that are available to you. So Pisces, for you, for this week, this is Spirit saying to you, there is an abundance around you in so many different ways, shapes, and forms. You need to pay attention, because maybe you're chasing abundance in the wrong form. And if you just adjust yourself accordingly, you might find life a whole lot easier, a whole lot simpler, and a whole lot better than you imagine. I love that message for you, Pisces. Sending you so much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. And until we connect again, take care.